Hello everyone. Today's webinar talk about Tableau. The first question we need to ask is why do we need a business intelligence tool? So guys, to begin with, Tableau is a data visualization tool which is used in the business intelligence industry. Now, why do we need a visualization tool? Okay, the first question is that. So guys, think this way. Take an example. Let's say some of you are working in retail industry. Let's say like companies like Macy's, Gap, Abercrombie and Fitch and so on. Now all these companies sell clothes in common. Now let's take example of Macy's. Okay, Macy's sells clothes, they sell some appliances also. Now they sells some home furniture stuff also. So they have a wide variety of products. Now how do they chart their data? Because his sales happens as a one. Now when they sell clothes, clothes also gets sold in different categories. Clothes for kids, clothes for him, clothes for her. Now in the him category, clothes as we have like t-shirts, jeans, shoes. Okay, same way. So we have so many categories. Now when sales are happening, how do we present data? Now let's say Macy's want to analyze overall which segment of their division is making the most profit. Or let's say they want to find out in the gents category which is the most sold product across all their store. Or let's say they want to find out how much percent of the product is being sold online and how much product is being sold in the stores. Or let's take a scenario, they want to find out like if the number of products sold for females are more than number of products sold for males. So take all these scenarios. So to get some visualization stats for all these scenarios, we use the BI tools and visualization tools like Tableau. Now you must be thinking like all this data can be analyzed through Excel also. Then why do we need a BI product? So guys, think this way. With Excel, you have got certain limitation. Now let's take our data of Macy's only. So Macy's, say any retail company for instance, in one quarter will have millions and millions of transactions. Do you think using Excel can we extract data from millions of transactions and make it a meaningful or powerful representation? Another thing is with Excel, we have certain limitations, like you cannot extract data from all the sources. But we don't have any such limitation when we use Tableau as a BI tool. You can literally pull data from any data source of your type. It can be Excel, any cloud environment, any database like SQL, Mongo, you name it. Okay. So that is why we use Tableau. So guys, to give a brief about what now actually Tableau is, Tableau is a data visualization tool which is used in business intelligence industry. It helps us to simplify raw data, make it more understandable. It helps us to create dashboards, worksheet, something using which you can analyze and comes to some logical conclusion. Now guys, see it this way. If you talk about some years back, we had very small volumes of data. People used to talk only in MBs or GBs of data. But in today's world, things have changed. Now data is no more in MBs and GBs. We talk about terabytes, petabytes, right? Huge volume of data. Now when you have so much volume of data, how do you make a meaningful conclusion from this data? Or how do you make it proper visualization, dashboarding, worksheets, charts, all those things? So all these great things are possible using Tableau software. Now the best thing about Tableau is you don't require any technical or any kind of programming skills to operate. This tool is simple workflow tool. Using simple workflows, we can make some powerful charts, dashboards, worksheets, all those things. Now question is, how does Tableau work? Okay, so guys, see, Tableau basically how it does is we connect Tableau and extract data from different data sources like your Excel, your SQL databases, all those things. Okay, a simple database can be an Excel, PDF, anything. Now what happen is when you launch a Tableau, you have a connector options. Connector is nothing a plugin using which you try to pull data or connect data from different data sources. Now this pull data can either be extracted data, that means stored in some raw files, or let's say for example Excel or PDF, or it can be live data. So that is where we have got different Tableau engines like Tableau data analyst tools which comes into picture and help us to pull data and develop visualization. Now in Tableau, we have got different components, guys. Okay, so basically you can say the Tableau product suites consist of 5 components. The first one is Tableau desktop. Then you have got Tableau public. Then you have got Tableau online. Then we have something called Tableau server. And then we have something called Tableau reader. So Tableau suites basically consist of 5 products. So guys, Tableau is not an open source product. Okay, You have to buy licensing in order to use Tableau. Tableau licensing comes in different format. Generally, it's a per user licenses. How many enterprise or admin licenses you will have, you have to pay accordingly for that. But if you want to learn and practice, you can download free Tableau version with which you get 14 days of free trial. But Tableau is not an open source or free product. Another good thing about Tableau is, guys, with enterprise licensing, you don't have any limit on how much data you can import into Tableau. That is the best thing about Tableau. Okay, that is why Tableau is so famous or so useful. So let's say your database, you want to import a terabytes of data, gigabytes. As long as you have enterprise license, it does not matter. You can import as much data as you want. Now, guys, let's talk about some Tableau products like Tableau Desktop. Now, what is Tableau Desktop basically? So, guys, using Tableau Desktop, we can create reports, or let's say create dashboards or do visualization. So Tableau Desktop basically provides connectivity to data warehouse as well as other types of file like PDF, Excel, any other things. So another good thing about these workbooks that we create in Tableau is you can either store them locally or you can share them publicly. Let's say you have an organization where you want to publish your report to a certain number of people. You can do all those things with Tableau Desktop. It's up to you how you want your reports to be done. Now this Tableau Desktop also comes in different editions like Tableau Desktop Personal. Then you have got Tableau Desktop Professional. Now what is Tableau Desktop Personal, guys? Okay, so this personal version keeps your workbooks or the workspace you're creating in Tableau more private, and you can limit the access. Let's say you created a workbook in Tableau or you made a dashboard using Tableau Desktop Personal, you can confine that workbook to yourself only. So the beauty about is, even if you're not connected to internet, you can use Tableau Desktop Personal because it's only publishing or storing data locally in your system. Now, Tableau Desktop Professional is very much similar to Tableau Desktop Personal. Okay, the only difference is here you can publish data online or on the server in Tableau Desktop Professional, but in Tableau Desktop Personal, you cannot do that. There's one more Tableau called Tableau Public now. So guys, let's talk about the second component of our Tableau architecture, that is Tableau Public. Now, what is Tableau Public, guys? Okay, let's talk something on that. So Tableau Public is a second component. So see, guys, Tableau Desktop is a very expensive solution. Okay, its license comes around thousands of dollars per user. So every organization cannot afford Tableau Desktop. So another option we can use is Tableau Public. So this is specifically built for cost-effective users. Okay, so when you say public, the biggest disadvantage in Tableau Public is anything that you create in Tableau Public cannot be saved locally. That means you have to either save it on the cloud or any public cloud, which can be viewed or accessed by anyone and everyone. That is the biggest disadvantage Tableau Public. Here you cannot have data locally. You cannot do things like sharing your workbook specific set of customers, sharing your data with specific users. All those things are not possible Tableau Public. Those can only be done with Tableau Desktop. With Tableau Public, whatever you create need to be stored on some cloud environment. Now, guys, the third component is Tableau Online. Okay, so as the name suggests, it's an online sharing tool for Tableau. So its functionalities are very similar to like Tableau Desktop, but what the difference is, the data again you store here is shared, maintained by in the cloud. Now the good thing about Tableau Online is all the data is stored in the cloud. Here you can restrict who want to see and who don't want to see. Unlike Tableau Public, where you cannot restrict data who want to see and who don't want to see. Now, Tableau Online, the good thing is there is no storage limit in Tableau Online. You can store as much data as you want in Tableau Online. It connects with almost all the data sources which you have in Tableau, let's say like Amazon Spark, or you can say Azure Data Warehouse, whatever it is. Now, guys, the next component is Tableau Reader. Okay, so now, guys, this is a free component in Tableau architecture, Tableau Reader. It helps you to read the workbooks or visualization created by Tableau tools like Desktop or Tableau Public, Tableau Online. Using Tableau Reader, you cannot create workbooks, you cannot edit workbook, any dashboard. It is only used to view the dashboards. That is about Tableau Reader. I think I missed one, Tableau Server, guys. So Tableau Server is used to share the workbooks, visualizations that we create in the Tableau Desktop application across the organization. This is one of the very important, you can say, most used component of Tableau. So the good thing about it, if you use Tableau Server to save any data, it can only be accessed by licensed user. So let's say if I made a dashboard in Tableau Server, another user is having our Tableau Reader access, he cannot view it. Only licensed user can share the data which is being created using Tableau server. That is the beauty about Tableau server. You need a licensed user, you need to log in to view data for visualization using Tableau server created. Okay, so now let's do a comparison. As I told, let's take, we have Excel and here we have Tableau. Now let's compare where these two stands when we compare them parallelly, guys. Okay, so first let's compare purpose. Why do we need to use Excel, or when do we need to use Tableau? So see, Excel is a spreadsheet tool basically, where you can manipulate data up to certain quantity, some MBs only. If data is more than certain MBs, Excel is not the right product. But Tableau is a visualization tool which can do far more things just worksheet. You can create dashboards, you can create workbooks, pie chart, all those things. Here there is no limit of data. As huge as data is, you can use for that. Now let's compare the second thing as usage. So as I told you, here we can only, it is statistical analysis of structured data you can do in. So another difference is, guys, to analyze data in Excel, data need to be structured only. But in Tableau, even data is semi-structured or unstructured, we can use for analysis. Now performance. Now guys, your Excel speed is very moderate. You don't have any option to accelerate your speed or de-accelerate, whatever it is. What is come is default. But in Tableau, speed is fast, quicker, more enhanced power, and you have the option to optimize your speeds in Tableau. Okay, let's say if your Tableau is running on premise, you can add more ports to your servers. Or let's say if your Tableau running on a SaaS solution in the cloud, you can change your VM sizing. So you have all those options to optimize how you can do this thing in Tableau. Now security, let's take another parameter, security. In Excel, you have got very weak security parameters. The only thing you can do in Excel workbook is put a authentication, simple username, password. But in Tableau, you have got extensive security options which can be used. Okay, so you can give permission level according to your LDAP. You can do a multi-factor authentication. All those things are possible using Tableau. Another thing is, let's say, user interface. Okay, another parameter to compare. So see, if you want to realize the full potential of Excel, you need some scripting knowledge. Let's say some macros knowledge about macros or Visual Basic. Okay, but in Tableau, without any coding knowledge, you can create workbooks, visualization charts, all those things. Now, another parameter is business need. I think we covered a lot of parameters. Let's take some more parameters to compare. So whenever you have small data to compare, Excel is very good. Now in any organization you guys are working on or going to work, you think small data is no more an industry cake. Now everyone talks about huge data. So whenever you're working with big data or huge data, we need to use Tableau. Now let's compare like integrations. Like let's say on what all source we can integrate data. So I will use here the top space. So okay, Excel can also integrate with lot of applications, but not most of the applications, but not all the applications. But Tableau can integrate with 250 plus applications. We'll see in the lab after this demo how it can be done. Let's compare one more parameter, real time. Okay, real time data exploration. So Excel is not good for real time data exploration. Okay, that is one of the biggest thing. You need to have data, store it somewhere, then visualize in Excel. But while in Tableau, you can explore data in almost real time. Okay, you can find data patterns, you can give for logic like last and mid real time data. All those cool scenarios can be undertaken. So that is how, guys, Excel compares with Tableau. We can compare some more parameters, but I think these are enough to compare Excel with Tableau. Okay, so guys, now let's go to the slides. Let's talk about some basics of Tableau. So as I told you, Tableau is a BI tool. You can extract data from multiple sources, like it can be a server, it can be a local worksheet, it can be a cloud environment, and database you name like Oracle, MySQL, Mongo, anything you can use to extract data and create some dashboards. Okay, so as you can see in Tableau, we integrate data, pull data from some source, like for example, Excel sheet here. Anywhere you can integrate data, and then you can create some meaningful charts or meaningful dashboards. Now, when we create data, we get a connection option. So after you connect, you see data in raw format. Let's say this is structured data coming like this. Now, how do I make this data for visualization? Make it some beautiful charts, some meaningful dashboards. So for that, guys, we use something called data values. So when data comes in different types. Okay, let's say what are types of data that comes in Tableau. So now we have some string data. Let's say some name, my name, your name. It will come in a string type value, like which is something for string characters. Then every data that comes has some value. So for example, let's say I am my age. So let's say each Sai, we have some participants in our class. Let's say Sai, we have Mohan, we have Parth. So everyone will have some age. So that age is a value for that data. Now every data that comes, the timestamp value when you are recording this data or what time the data has come. This we call as time series matrix. So that particular value we call as date and timestamp. It's an integer type. Now you have got some text string. So text can be in Tableau up to 196 character maximum time you can give. So text can be anything, your name, city location, geographical location, all those things it say as text string. Now value, let's say you have a criteria, you want to put some criteria logic, that is called boolean value, that is like true or false. Then we have got something called latitude longitude, that is one of the most important aspects of Tableau. How do you find out which location what is happening? So that's why we use latitude and longitude of a place to determine its exact geographical location on the map. So these are different data types that we use in Tableau. As you can see in this particular PPT, there's specific icon for specific data type. So using those icon, you can determine what the data type represent or which category it falls into. Now guys, see, this is, for this class, for demo, we are going to use Tableau desktop. So as I told you, we get 14 days free trial. So I request everyone, go ahead, create a free account, download Tableau desktop if you don't have, and try to learn Tableau using free trial. Your free trial is limited only to 14 days. After your free trial gets over, you will convert to Tableau Reader, where you can only visualize the workbooks or dashboard. You cannot create or edit it. So this is how typically your Tableau desktop looks like, guys. Okay, you have this source, like different types of data, something called dimensions, measures. Now you must be wondering what is dimensions, what is measure. We'll talk about that. Then you've got toolbar, different sets of tools that we can use in Tableau. And then is something called marks card, like how you want it to be represented, what tooltip you want to add, what size, what color, all those comes in the marks card category. So now let's talk about, guys, what is basically dimension and what is measure. Very important terms in respect to Tableau. So guys, what is dimension? Let's say you are ordering a product. Okay, so a product is going to have an ID. Okay, that ID is going to be unique to the product only. So anything which is independent variable, that we call as dimension. Now let's say for the product only, when you sell a product, you get some profit, you get some value, revenue. Okay, you get the store location where the product is sold. That is something called as a measure, something which can be dependent value. So this cost of the product, or let's say profit on the product, is dependent on a product that is being sold. So it is dependent variable that we call as measure. So the product ID is going to be dimension, for example, and measure is going to be like how much revenue we got from it, how much it's sold, how much profit we made, where it is sold. That all will come in the measure category. Okay, so now once you create, you've got different visualization options, how you want to share data. By chart, bar chart, stacked, unstacked, geographically. You have all those options, how you want to define your data by. Now every data type has got a symbols. We'll see all this in the lab. Just hold on for now. We're just covering the basic parts. So now guys, let's take a use case, some use cases to explain and learn Tableau. So guys, let's take a unique scenario, IPL, Indian Premier League. Okay, so before this class, I took the liberty of extracting some data of IPL from IPL website. I made into a workbook so that we can visualize and see how it looks like in a structured manner. Now you see in IPL, if you see the IPL history till now, we have got thousands of matches happen. Now all these matches will have different stats. Which team won which match against whom? Simple stat. Now stat can be we won more matches batting first or batting second. Now another stat can be when my first wicket partnership is a long duration, do we win the match or lost the match? See, data is only one. IPL data, players batting, bowling, but how much information can be derived from that particular data? So what I've tried to use is use that workbook data and to make some worksheets to find out about IPL. Okay, so everyone I think here is familiar with Indian Premier League. So guys who are not from India in this, IPL is a Premier League, something you can say similar to like you have your local European football league or something like league matches which we have in India. So what I did is IPL we are having for almost last 10 years. In every IPL we have got hundreds of cricket matches. So I try to use the data and try to make some meaningful analysis which helps to understand how the things come up. So guys, see how beautiful data can be represented. Okay, so this is the first very basic slides about IPL, Indian Premier League. So see, in 2008 we had 8 teams in IPL. Total 58 matches happens across 8 geographical locations, and the winner was Rajasthan Royals. Okay, so here it's a team by stats. Okay, so like how much was the scoring range across all the teams in which season? Now I've taken data till 2016 about how many matches happened across how many locations and how many teams we have, and in which year which team won the match. Now this is a very simple stat. Now let's do a deep dive on how much information further we can find out. Now every team in which year won how match against whom. So you're seeing this first slide. Okay, so this thing in light blue color means the team lost the match. Anything in dark blue means the team won the match. Now you're seeing anything in green means tie. The match had no result. Okay. So now let's take a scenario here. So you're seeing some blank option. That means those year that team was not present. Okay. So see this option, for example, in 2011, you're seeing this blue option. That means MI won these matches against whom, which team, when it was played. All those information you can find about from this data. Now this is to tell you like which year which team won how many matches against which opponent. Now if you want to deep dive again it, like if you bat first how many matches you won, or let's say if you ball first how many matches you won. So if you see from this scenario, number of overall 45% of the team won the matches when they batted first, while 55% won the match when they batted second. If you compare to team by scenario, so here we have put a chart. So team batting first won maximum time percent by was Chennai Super Kings, while team when batted first once least number of time was Punjab Warriors. Okay, just to give a conclusive scenario. Same way, when you ball first, the team which won the most was Kochi Tuskers. So that is how like scenario we can derive from this particular data. The same amount of data, it just depends how we are representing or visualizing it. Now partnership. Another crucial factors in cricket, how to determine. So team which has got more partnership is winning more number of matches. So things in blue means winning percentage, things in red means losing team. So the winning team, if you see here, when they score better first wicket partnership, there's better chance of winning. While the losing team always has less percentage wise the number of average first wicket partnership or second wicket partnership. So that is how you can derive about per batting pattern how much we are scoring. Now this is like percentage. What is your run rate? Another important thing. So in cricket IPL, how we have is it's a 20 over match format where the first 6 overs are power play. When I say power play, that means fewer number of fielders are allowed on the outside the boundary line, or let's say outside 30-yard circle, which you call. So what's the run rate here we have? So in the power play, as you can see, most of the teams has a higher strike rate. Okay, while in the middle overs, that is 7 to 15, the strike rate is comparatively low run rate. While in the last 5 overs, team try to accelerate and score more runs. Similarly, number of dot balls means balls where no runs scored. In the power play, the percent of dot balls is very high because team try to score either fours or six, or they generally try to leave the ball. While in the middle overs, the number of dot balls are very, very less, and in the slog overs, even the least. Now, how many runs are scored from boundaries? That means in fours or six. If you see in the first power play, first 6 overs, 64% of the runs come from boundaries. While in the middle overs, it's a fewer percentage. When team try to go for more one seas and two seas, almost 44.8% of the runs are coming in from boundaries. While in the last 5 overs, more than 50% of the runs comes in boundaries. Simple analysis. Now, batsmen's comparison, like in IPL, we have got hundreds of batsmen. Just a comparison of strike rate versus total runs scored in IPL. So, see the batsman who has scored the most runs is Virat Kohli, and he plays on a moderate strike rate of let's say 140s. Suresh Raina, again, he plays at a moderate strike rate of 145. But the person who has the maximum strike rate, Pandya, his the number of runs scored is very, very less. So that is how you compare different players of runs scored versus their strike rate. Strike rate means on 100 balls, how much run you are scoring. So for example, Kunal Pandya's strike rate is 185. That means if he plays 100 balls, he scores 185 runs. Now here you can apply filters. Let's say you want to select data only for one specific season only. So let's say select 2011. So now, okay, sorry, something filter issue. That way you can find out all those scenarios. Again now, bowling comparison, like number of wickets scored across total number of runs conceded per bowler. So you can see Praveen Kumar is one of the most consistent bowler. His bowling strike rate is 29, very, very good, and he's taken 84 wickets. So that we can compare same thing for bowlers. So this is just to show you guys like how meaningfully we can derive the same amount of data. It was same data, but how many things we interpreted out of it. We can develop even more worksheets. If you think of some scenarios, we can create a worksheet for that. So it completely depend on us. See, data is the same thing. The beauty in today's world is how do we represent data, how meaningful we make it. That is where the world revolves around. And to do that thing, we need some analytics tools like Tableau. This was a simple example to demonstrate or show that. Now let's take some more example, guys. Make it some more like worksheet friendly. So guys, this is a simple thing which I downloaded from a World Bank site, okay, where I wanted to find out, like, let's say we have so many countries in the world, their GDP, how much birth rate they have, or let's say what is the total population, some sort of those data. So this is the data which I got from World Bank site, and I tried to make the data show some meaningful conclusion. Okay, so now see here. Now let's say India. So India, for example, has a population of 1.23 million. This is up to 2012 with birth rate 2.1 and its GDP is $1,500 at that year. Now same time take Asia as a overall how much it is coming up. So China. Okay. So now let's take guys scenario for example across geographies you can see it. Now let's say I want to see for all the years, not a specific year. So I can edit my filter. I can select all. Okay. Click on OK. Now you see the value will change. So it will show you for India how much the population is, how much the birth rate across those years, and GDP on the average for that is coming is 916. Now let's say I want to remove this GDP field from this tooltip. Just click on tooltip. You can here define what data you want to show, what data you don't want to show. You can rename, give whatever name you want. Let's remove GDP for example from it. Okay, now click on OK. So now if I visualize, I'm not seeing GDP data anymore. It's completely up to me what data I want to see, what data I don't want to see here. Now let's say I want to see any specific country data only. I can put a filter instead of all, none. I want to only see for Afghanistan. Now I will only see data for Afghanistan. What is the value for Afghanistan? I can do all those things. You can create a filter, define data, whatever you want, what you don't want to see, all those things. Now let's take region. According to region, I want to see the data. Let's say region can be a continent. Okay. So again, let's say I want to see data about Asia. So now it will show me only Asian countries. Okay. Say India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, all the Asian countries I can find and see data for those Asian countries. So now again, I have got different options how this one data I want to represent. Let's say I want to represent data more only in geographic coloring format. So that way I can get ease of business, clusters, friendly, is this country friendly or not, how is the ease of business, which country is this, what's the birth rate, all this you can see in a more vivid format here. So what I will do is I will make this ease of business all, sorry, cancel, and region show all, none. So now across the globe you can find continent wise, like Africa how it is showing, Asia how it is showing, Europe how it is showing, Oceania, Australia, New Zealand, and then the Americas. That we see how meaningfully we can extract information from the data. We can play with it, we can extract it. Same way, I made one more tableau for like health indicators. Which country, like high birth rate, in fact, mortality rate, health percentage, all those things you can see here. Color coded. You want, you can change the visualization way how you want, continent wise, country wise. You can do all those things here. Okay, you want in a pie chart format, it will come in the pie chart also. It's up to you how you want to represent, or in flat table format. So it's completely up to us how do we want to visualize it. Same way, how much these countries spend, okay, in terms of healthcare. So United States spend the most on its healthcare. You can compare this country that wise. So let's say like how meaningful we are in technology wise, which country has more internet mobile users per capita, so how it is increasing. You can do all those things, average, even you can change the title. Let's say you want to add more fields, you can do this. So it's up to you how you want to add it. Same by economy, how big the economy size is. Okay, you can see United States economy, how much percent it's growing, China economy. Okay, so all those things you can filter the countries here. Okay, let's say you want to add some more countries. So all those things we can add. So it is right now showing top 5 countries by GDP. You can make some specific countries only. Up to us how we want to show the data. Which year you want to choose. See how meaningful data can be visualized. I just want to, it's the same amount of data. So up to us how we can use it. Same way guys, tourism. Let's say how much tourism is coming by in which country, global tourism trade volume, which countries spend how much income by tourists. So all those things we are visualizing it. Same with same data. Same way ease of doing business, another important parameter. and then the global indicators. Okay, population, birth rate. It's like summarizing all in one. Okay, so deny. Okay, so that is how we can choose visualize data. So guys, interesting, right? See the same data. Okay, this much data only, same source. Now, how much meaningful data we extracted from it? How much data we can figure out from it? So CG is similar to Power BI. See, Power BI is a completely SaaS solution by Microsoft. Power BI also has got a lot of connectors. But the good thing is with Tableau you can integrate 250 plus connectors. But in comparison, Power BI has got limited number of connectors. Power BI is completely SaaS. Tableau you can deploy on-premise also or a SaaS solution also. But both are data visualization technologies or cool tools only. So guys, interesting, right? How a small chunk of data, how much meaningful we made. So guys, IPL example we took, we explained, we saw how the flow works, how data comes, all those things. We saw the flow diagrams. Okay. So what it happens, we took the IPL tournament data, convert data into some meaningful formats, find out all those things, insights. We made some visualization. Same thing we just analyzed. So SaaS is software as service where your solution completely runs in a cloud environment. Okay. So guys, see for IPL thing also, let's see your data set. I did not show you that. Okay, so tbx file. So here is my data source which I used. Okay, so you can use this data source whatever you want. It's completely up to us. Again guys, practice is there's so much data source available in the market or on the web. See how with what data source you want to use or what data source you want to play with it. There are hundreds of sample workbooks, sample sheets available which we can use in practice. So the beauty about this Tableau is there's no programming knowledge needed. It's simply workflows. You need to efficient on how to play with measure dimensions. You need to be know how to put data where. Okay, that is the beauty about this product Tableau. There's no programming language. So if you're a programmer or non-programmer, it does not matter. You can easily use this product. So again, guys, some data analysis about practical. So this is guys a very brief overview of Tableau. Now, where is Tableau used? So guys, believe me, almost every Fortune 500 company uses Tableau. Every when I say that, okay. Now, some competitors are coming into the market. Let's say like Power BI. But if you talk in the industry 2 or 3 years back, there was no competitor. Tableau was the one-stop shop for visualization or business intelligence. There was no other product. Now you've got a lot of product like Power BI, some other cloud-based product, but by far today also almost every Fortune 500 company use Tableau for their data visualization requirement. When you see any presentations or like say when companies give any keynote speeches or year-end quarterly presentation, they use Tableau type tools only to do some visualization. So take example of Apple keynote or Google keynote where they present some numbers, right? These my number of people are using, let's say App Store. These my number of people are using whatever it is. So those data are coming using these BI tools only. That is how we need to use and learn, play with it. Okay, so now some of the customers who have put their success stories, how they are getting benefited using Tableau. So same thing, say example of Deloitte. Okay, so Deloitte is saying like game changer for us. It's saving so much time. Now we talk about any sales company. It helps us to understand like which components costing them more, how to increase their cost. So all those typical business advantages we are getting using Tableau as the visualization tool. Interesting, right? So I have one more example if you guys want to see using Tableau, how I made some data visualization. See here, this is like I took some sales data and I tried to make it of a store and I tried to find out some meaningful information. So company had this much sales, this much profit, profit to sale ratio, profit per order, how much is finding. Now which product is giving what sales and what profit out of it. So you see in furniture, this company sold this much furniture, this much office supplies, this much technology products. Then what type of customers were coming? Okay, customer analysis. In East US, how many customer came? West US, Central US. In West US, if a customer was coming, how much overall product is was buying? Similarly, how much they were shipping in the home or how much was sold in the store, how much product was shipped on time. So all those analysis. Then commission, if you're giving commission to third party websites or all those things. So how much your salesperson are getting commissions. So all those data analysis we have. Then what are order details overall we have for the particular product. Okay, so which customer, which ID, how much quantity he sold, did he got any discount, what was the profit company made. So how much nits and bits we get from this data, guys, see this way. And how much we are forecasting our sales for the current year or current projection we have, and projection based on certain scenarios. Okay, so let's say how much, if we have this much growth, then how much up return will be, if this much growth, how much return will be. So all the data we are deriving using the same data source. See, this is our data actually, and using this data only, how much meaningful results we got. Seeing this way, guys. So that is the power of Tableau. You can basically make a complete picture with some basic data and as detailed as you want as per your scenario. So guys, see, learning Tableau is a very big good feather in your skill set category. Whether you're a fresher or experienced, everyone should have knowledge about a visualization tool. It is very much needed. So thank you guys. Thanks everyone for joining and have a great rest of the evening and rest of the day. Thank you guys.